made a lane and niggas can't get over. I can't mess with rappers, they be bogus. Rather get the pack and keep the open. Big drip.
Welcome back. It's your host Shadi, and you're tuned into Food for Your Thoughts. I'm here with another multifaceted, amazing individual, Courtney Jenkins, author, life coach, and content creator. Courtney, what you gotta say to the people now?
Period. Pooh.
What you gotta say to the people?
Thank you for inviting me
here. Thank you for coming.
Like, this is a blessing right now, honestly. I'm blessed to be in your presence. Like,
this was the blessing. Y'all, this was my blessing right here. Courtney, actually, this is her work right here. Okay? And actually helped me today because my mindset, y'all, when things were getting negative, I really had to come back to some gems in this book.
Absolutely.
So thank you. 31 gems. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it, y'all. We're going straight to it. Also, secondly, we are mic'd up. So shout out to Amazon because the audio quality is going to be on point today. How did you come up? Like, where did obviously you're a life coach.
Yes.
So you have clients. Stemmed you to like create this book. It's a masterpiece, number one.
Thank you.
It's an easy read. It's a good read. It's something that you can read in the morning, at night, during the day, just to really ease your spirit.
I came up with the book. It's a funny story. Like, I wasn't even going to do a self-help book to begin with. Like, I first started writing, I want to say about a year and a half ago. And I was doing on some like poetry, romantic type of vibes. But it's interesting because I was in my office at the time and I had posted a video and it was just like, it had like the title of like the book at the time. And I was like, be on the lookout, guys, for my book. And basically a year and a half from then, like I came out with, obviously Improvement Begins with I, but it has nothing to do with poetry or romance in a sense. But when I became a personal development coach, I was like, you know what? Let me give the people something that creates self-awareness. And I just thought to myself, well, like, how can I start this? And I basically started writing based on like my own experiences and everything. And I said, okay, so that way it's relatable. And then I literally just went from there. So Improvement Begins with I. 31 Gems to Become Your Best Self.
Come on.
Go cop that.
And I'm not even going to hold you. There is a emblem at the bottom.
Yes.
And it says Living in Abundance Academy. So I know we talked. You have maybe a financial course coming up?
Yes, I do.
Is that have to do with?
That is part of my brand.
Okay.
Your mindset, always ways to just uplift yourself. And like I said, me creating the book, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be it. So, but that symbol is actually my brand. It's my logo for my business, Living in Abundance Academy. And that has to do with me being a personal development coach. And then obviously I have that course that's coming up. It should be out, I want to say, towards maybe the beginning of November, mid-November. I'm still taking my time with it, but it's not just a financial course. It's literally like a manifestation course. So, but I wanted to incorporate financial into that aspect because at the end of the day, everybody wants to make some type of money. But in order to make money, like you have to be of value. The value attracts money. And then obviously money is currency and currency is energy. So the courses is deep. It is something serious, but I'm looking forward to it. It's also, if, for example, you can't afford to hire me as your life coach, I just thought to myself, well, what can you give the people where they can afford something that is going to help them? And that's where I came up with the course and then just added financial aspects to it. And financial aspects, it goes into real estate, different types of real estate that you can invest into, budgeting. So ways that, okay, you can track your spending habits, also getting comfortable with your finances. So I know a lot of people, they don't know exactly how much debt that they owe, but it's just like, you have to know, you have to get comfortable with money. Otherwise, how are you going to be able to make money? You know what I mean? So it ties into each and everything. So I'm looking forward to giving that to you guys.
And we're staying tuned, y'all, because I know a lot of people graduating college, in college, that debt. We know that student loan debt. Absolutely. That's the number one. Forget credit card. Right now, it's student loan debt. Yes. So to be ordered, in order to know how to properly finance and manage your Come on.
Yes, I'm giving you the tools to be successful in life. I'm literally giving you the tools to live an abundant life where you're not stressing over finances. I know, especially within the Black community, like we have trauma when it comes to money. And it's just like there are ways to go through that trauma. There are ways to work through that trauma. And the course is going to give you those tools that you need as well when it comes to that. And I also want to touch upon just this is coming from someone who like is financial like literacy. Like I read a lot of financial books, so I'm just taking in all the knowledge that I've read about and putting it into this course. So I want to throw out some numbers there because I want to let the people know. I want to let the people know that this is possible to do this. So Sally Mae, everybody is aware of Sally Mae and student loans and things of that nature. I actually paid off my whole entire Sally Mae loan based on the financial, based on the financial keys that I learned within a year. And that comes from tracking your money, budgeting, obviously aggressively saving. So I paid off my Sally Mae loan. I paid off one of my credit card loans. I paid off my business loan when I had my clothing line and obviously buying like cameras and equipment and things of that nature. I paid off other like multiple things. But because I'm knowledgeable when it comes to finances, okay, you can pay off certain things, but at the same time, it's good for you to continue to invest in yourself. And that allowed me to become very, very comfortable with spending money. Now, I don't mean spending $100, $200. I mean spending thousands of dollars. Like I'm going to throw a number out. So I paid off, I want to say at least like $45,000 of my debt and then invested about $30,000 back into myself. Now, do I owe $30,000 to this day? No, I don't, because it's literally like rinse and repeat cycle when it comes to finances. So
that's huge, y'all. That's huge. I know people personally that owe 50K, 100K, 200K, 400K, two people because of these loans. So, and in our community, you're right. This stuff is not taught. It has to be either read upon, shared.
But it starts from you being comfortable with your money. Like you can't just keep spending money and like, okay, well, I'm not going to look at it. Because I know, like, if I see that number, I'm gonna be like, oh, wait, hold up, wait a minute. Right. You know what I mean? So you have to be comfortable with looking at your money. And then you have to get comfortable. Another thing that's very important is putting your bills on auto pay. I touch upon that in the course as well. Yeah. Instead of just like setting reminders like in your calendar, it's kind of like, well, I can easily ignore that. You can't ignore auto pay when the money is going to get taken out of your account. Just like that. I know for me, what I did, I set up a bills only account. So when I get paid, I literally I check my calendar and say, okay, this bill is coming up. This bill is coming up. Obviously take out my calculator and then I throw the money. Okay, transfer the money into my bills account. So that way it's done and I don't have to worry about it.
And financial freedom, y'all, I don't think y'all understand. Like you just saying that you cleared that much debt and then you were able to invest back into yourself.
Yes.
That's huge, y'all. Being financially free, not having to worry about, I owe somebody something, I can invest in myself. That is really important, especially right now in our age group. 5 years from now, I'm going to be 30.
I'm already 30.
5 years from now, I'm going to be 30. So I'm thinking of that. What am I doing?
Right.
To get to that next 5 years to be stable. Like, what am I doing to, get to that point of financial stability and freedom? It is possible. Now that you're saying that, it's possible, y'all.
People are not comfortable having somebody basically snatch their money out of their account. And it's like, well, wait a minute. I wanted to, bound to buy a bag or, I wanted to, go on a vacation or a trip. But it's just like, no. What are your goals in life and just what are you aiming to do? And everybody should put their bills on auto pay because like I said, it's teaching you to get comfortable with your money. It's little things like that, okay, I'm setting the tone for where I want to go with my finances. And it's just like you can have a bills account and then have at least 2 or 3 savings account, one emergency savings and then a savings for okay, this is a little bit of play money here and there. Yeah. And then a random savings where, I don't know, I'm saving up to buy a house or a car, things of that nature.
How long did it take you to consolidate that debt? obviously we want it quick, but
I paid that off. I want to say within 5 months. Yeah.
How many?
Within 5 months.
Y'all better get into it.
Hey, it's good that you're paying your bills on time, which not many can say. Yeah,
we'll take it.
Y'all know who y'all are. But just having that on auto pay is literally like a breath of fresh air, as weird as that sounds, because it's just like I'm putting my money in a different account, and now I can see exactly, okay, like, oh, I want to spend 200 or 300. Oh, I want to put like 1,000 to the side. You know what I mean? So it's easier for me to do it that way, but you have to be disciplined in order to get it done. So.
But it's discipline with everything, guys. Discipline that we're here today.
Absolutely.
Because it really does. It's not a quick process. But I am going to read something from Improvement Begins with I, because I want y'all to know they're called gems, right? But they really are gems because they help you out just in day-to-day life. It says, as I get older, the more I stay focused on the acceptance of myself and others and choose compassion over judgment, curiosity, and fear. This is huge. Whew. That actually goes right into like the next thing I was going to say, which is, in this day and time, how do you cope with our society? Obviously, we have Instagram, we have social media. Everybody looks like they're doing good. How do you cope with knowing it's not perfect?
It's easy to complain.
Oh,
it's so easy to complain.
I'm a big complainer, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I will complain. It could be something little. It could be an inconvenience. I'm gonna be like, why me, Lord?
See?
But you know what? This actually was like training my brain to think, let me just think about the good.
That's
I know
great,
it's a lot.
man.
I just threw a lot on you.
Listen, thank you for sharing that. Like, I wanted this book to just be so relatable to the everyday person.
And you said that in the beginning.
Yeah.
You said I want y'all to relate to everyday circumstances and relate to this book.
Exactly. I didn't want to write something where it's just like, okay, this can happen once in a blue moon. Like, no, this is literally every day. Yeah. Nowadays, everybody wants to look perfect. And they don't want to record or post like, okay, I'm having a bad day. I'm having a terrible day. Like, I'm going through this struggle. I'm going through that struggle. Because that's not what the media wants to see. Like, literally,
they don't care.
They don't care. People want to see success, which is why I threw out some numbers to you guys, because it's like, oh, well, you know, what do you know? Okay, well, let me throw out some numbers to you. Now you know, and now you know, like, this is the real deal. Like, this is serious, but that's what people want to see. But it's hard to just not look at others and compare yourself. And I also touched upon that in the book as well. Like, do not ever compare yourself to anyone, because that is their journey and this is yours. Like, this is your story and that's their story. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they've been through. And it's just like, how can you compare to what you see? And they might be faking. On top of that, yeah, there's so many people out here just clout chasing and whatnot. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But if you literally lock down and focus on yourself, and you're literally not worrying about like the outside world, like, I promise you, like, you're going to be rewarded.
The question that came to my mind, when you were paying that debt off, were you traveling? Were you going out? Let us know what discipline, because y'all need to know what discipline means. It's very heavy. And it's going to take a lot of willpower you may or may not have, but you're going to have to find it to get where you have to go.
And saying, okay, I want to get to this goal. Okay, I want to save this amount. And then contributing like an X amount of money, like thousands of dollars to like your credit card loans, your student loans, and doing it aggressively. And when you're so focused on like this one goal, and you know it's going to get you to a certain point of your life, you don't care about going out. Like, I honestly just leveled up to where I lost all my close friends because I outgrew them. And obviously, if you read my book, Gem 7, it talks about knowing when you've outgrown people. And that's literally one of my favorite gems, like, in the book, because it's so true. People, they're not comfortable just growing. Like, they rather be stagnant, which is perfectly fine. You know, if that's who you are, then that's who you are. but being around individuals that just didn't align with me, it just didn't sit right with my spirit. And for me, it was like, okay, literally one thing led to another, and that's how I figured out like what my purpose was in life.
And so would you say now that you have more people that add purpose and value to your life?
Not yet.
But you're working on it.
I'm working on it. Yeah, everything is a work in progress, and it all starts with your environment. And I know that once I take myself out of this certain environment that I'm currently in right now, it's going to be a game changer. Like everything is going to change. And it's just like you can't be in the same type of environment but expect better, because that's not how it works. It's honestly, guys, it's a work in progress.
Grab a copy today. Barnes and Nobles, Amazon,
Apple Play, Google Play. What's the other one? Kobo. It's a random one. Yeah, let me not say random, guys. I'm sorry, but if you use that one, you know. But go copy it honestly from either Barnes or Nobles or Amazon. So it's like
this is old stomping grounds where we're at the studio right now. It's old stomping grounds. So if you went to Keene or are at Keene, holler at your girls.
Yes, I know homecoming is next week, right?
Are you going?
Honestly, nah. I outgrew it.
I thought it was me too.
I outgrow it.
I think the culture is beyond us right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Have you ever thought about being sustainable for yourself? Maybe growing your own garden, having your own fruits and vegetables now that you are vegan?
I thought about it. I feel like I'm not there, not yet, but I would say future-wise.
That's real.
Yeah, future-wise, most definitely, because that is such a benefit to be growing your own vegetables, because you know exactly what you're putting into your food, as to opposed to going out to the supermarket. And even some vegetables have like chemicals and things in them, because it's just like everything has some type of chemicals, unfortunately. But, you know, you have to figure out a way to, I guess, battle like, all right, well, what type of food am I going to eat that, all right, I understand it has some type of chemicals in it, but it's still going to be a benefit to my body and to my mental. But future-wise, I'm not there yet, but most definitely. Back to how like I gained literally like 15 to 20 pounds of pure muscle, and I was like, I'm still not happy. So once I did like research and everything, I said, okay, you know what, let's just do vegan. So I did a raw vegan diet for about, I want to say 20 days.
Whew, that's discipline.
When I tell you, by, I want to say the third day, I was just like, excuse my language, I was like, I'm sick of this shit. I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to continue to push through this, because I want something hot. But I was like, you know what? Like, there's a reason why you're doing this. Like, continue with it. Like, you have enough discipline to continue. Don't make excuses. Like, just do it. So obviously it's still vegan. But I do a little bit of hot food now, but like I said, it's very like strict. I ended up losing 20 pounds doing that raw vegan diet. So all the weight that I gained, I literally lost that to the point where I was at my weight where I was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I graduated in 2016, people, from Keene University.
Come on.
So, but it was just like, whew, that self-esteem, man, you got to have confidence, because it's like I literally saw my body just lose weight so quickly when I worked so hard to put that weight on.
It is rough.
Yeah, if you have a high metabolism,
we can
then
relate.
You know, yeah. Like, you have to have discipline, and it's easy to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna, like, there's fast food like all over it, like, okay. And living in, because I currently live with my mom and my grandmother and my mom's husband, and they don't have my diet. Like, not even
close.
At
home, y'all, them parents is gonna cook what they want to cook, and it might not be on your little regiment,
right? At all.
Community is so keen to knocking our generation's modern diet. Baby, you tell a black person right now that you're going vegan, they'll look at your face and say, you gonna eat what I'ma cook. And it's not going to be vegan.
Right. It ain't going to be vegan. It's going to be, like I said, some fried chicken, oh, let me throw a little gravy
They don't
on
take
top of
that
that.
serious.
Right. Oh, maybe make some pork chops with some cornbread. Listen, grew up on soul food, y'all. They're still eating soul food in my house. And then not to mention the snacks, all them potato chips, cookies, cakes,
oatmeal pies,
lemon pies, all that. It's all in the house. And I can't touch any of it. Like, because I'm that disciplined.
It's very, very possible to achieve that consistency and discipline.
Absolutely.
This book will do it. This was really the grounding of my positivity today, because it was just like I said, life comes at you from every angle. You don't know what's going to happen today, but you can change how your mindset, your outlook. It's going to be a huge determinant factor to how you progress in life and your purpose.
Absolutely. Listen,
when did you like actually figure out, like, I know I want to help people get to where they see themselves? When did you actually figure out your purpose? I know that's hard to.
That's a great question. Before I get into that question, I actually want to give you a round of applause because, like, that discipline.
A round of applause,
that discipline that you literally just spoke upon, like reading the book and say, hey, you know what? Let me take a step back and not let what's going on ruin my entire day. Like, that takes work, that takes practice. But back to the question that you asked, when did I discover my purpose?
Which is huge.
I'm just blessed to just be walking in my purpose right now, because not everybody can do that. There's some people out there that they're wondering, like, what is my purpose? Why am I here, like, on earth? And what about myself is, in a sense, I'm a healer based on my previous relationships with my partners. And you talk about draining, baby. And I usually schedule some time, at least an hour, to learn, like, every single day. So I was listening to a podcast, B. Simone, for sure,
Shout out to y'all.
Yes. So a previous friend of mine, we're not friends anymore, but you know what I'm saying? Best of luck to her and all that. She actually sent me the podcast episode with No For Sure, but it featured Tony Gaskins. He's a African-American life coach. And as he was talking and they were interviewing him, he was talking about just his purpose when it came to helping people. And I don't know how, but I literally had like an epiphany moment. And I was just like, wait a minute. I was like, that's you. I was like, literally, that's you. Like, you help people just emotionally, like, you help people like financially, literally all the above. And I was like, you give out game, you give out wisdom to all your friends, family, anybody who you come in contact with, like that, like ask you, what I'm saying, for a conversation. I'm like, that is you. So I pray every day. So I prayed on him. And once I got that confirmation from God,
He gonna give it to you.
Listen, took my life coach exam, got my certifications, and I said, well, it's only up from here. I was like, well, you want to come out with something, and look, improvement begins with I said, write a book, because you've been wanting to write a book, and now is your time to do so. And I wrote this, I want to say, within 3 months. Like, you can literally have peace in your life. You can live abundantly in life. And that all starts from doing work within yourself. No one's going to do it for you. Like, you have to do it. But that goes back into eliminating what's not serving you, what's not adding value. So anybody can do it.
And what you say in this book relates to what God says in the Bible. Really? God really wants you to be your best self and get to that point.
And I'm going to be very transparent. Like, I never was this close with God. Like, I started getting closer and closer with God, I want to say like a year ago. And I used to be afraid to talk to God, because it's just like, all right, I've done like so many things in my life. Like, is he actually going to listen? Like, is he going to like help me in certain situations? Yes. But it's just like, don't even think on that negative decision. Like, you know what I mean? But just being close with God and knowing when he's showing you a sign where he's telling you, okay, like, yeah, like, you made the right choice, you made the right decision, like, continue to go with it. But that goes back into having like that tight bond with God. Otherwise, you're not gonna like read into it. You're not gonna know, because it's gonna go like really way over your head. Like it's changing my life. And it's just like, I did not know like God would grant me the gift of doing this. So that's why I said I'm blessed.
It's huge.
I'm grateful every single day.
Yeah.
Like, I recently had somebody come to me and they wanted help on writing a book. And I said, I can absolutely do that for you. So it's thinking outside the box.
Y'all, thank you for coming again.
Thank you for the invite.
For coming again. Y'all, stay tuned. We coming with some more heat.
Yes.
Y'all show some love to Courtney.
Please.
Courtney Jenkins, okay? Show some love. And thank you guys for tuning in. And we gonna see y'all later.
Absolutely.
We gonna see y'all later.